feeling a heavy energy, okay? Heavy, 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 okay? Like the song, baby. You got so heavy on me, okay? And before we even get started with this collective reading, I just want to ask that any evil that basically is trying to come in, break away into our space, it falls down immediately. I want to thank and just say hi to all my friends, my family who are on this platform, who are rocking with me. Say hi to the haters. Hi, haters. Because y'all are only, as you watch this video, you're only going to basically aid into basically making me the star that I am. So if you're hating, basically, if you're being a creepy crawler, you're just being basically a watcher. You're trying to watch basically for me to fail. Bitch, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm going to always be here. I'm not going to go anywhere. Um, I'm going to continue to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I'm going to continue to put these messages out for these people because they need to hear it, especially for the people, the evil people who are cross-watching, so that pretty much you can manipulate or try to fuck over the person that you have continued to basically mess over again. I think not. It's not going to happen. So, the title of this video, and it really stands true. I've been feeling so many emotions, and it's been like rocky. While I've been feeling really peaceful and just really good, over the past few days, I believe Mercury retrograde is going to come into effect tomorrow. So that may be where the energy is coming from. But I've been having just a lot of emotions, and that's kind of how I know, because I'm typically pretty much always calm. So that's kind of how I know that a lot is going on in the collective when I start having emotions, and especially when they start to be like emotions that are like bad. When I'm feeling like elated, excited, I know that something good is going on in the collective. Not to say that nothing is, but I'm just feeling like a lot of people are seeing your potential. A lot of people are seeing what's coming to you. A lot of people are seeing that you're getting your life together. You're cutting them off. You're not talking to them anymore. And a lot of people have, as you can hear, my child wants to play. So she'll be whining for a little bit of this video until she gets over the fact that it's work time, okay? So, I just feel like a lot of people are not realizing, well, they are realizing, I feel like, and that's why they're trying to come back into your energy. I feel like a lot of people are realizing that you're upgrading, your spiritual gifts are getting stronger, your faith in yourself, your trust in yourself, like lack mentality, lack mindset. Sorry if you see like little white drops. My hair is still wet. I just washed my hair. So you're going to probably see the white streaks of like moisturizer, because I moisturized and conditioned it before I put it up. But you're going to start seeing, and you're going to start feeling like a lot of people try to basically bum rush, try to push back into your energy, through manipulation, through apologies that they don't fucking mean, through gifts, things basically in order to keep you placent, keep you basically where you're at. They don't want you to grow. You'll notice, especially if you have a lot of toxic people around you, like I did. So many toxic people. Basically, my whole fucking friend and family group was toxic people. I had to cut them all off, okay? So maybe you had to do something similar. I had to cut, like, literally everybody off. And whenever I'm feeling too peaceful, people try to get into my energy. They try to place baneful shit into my energy. They try to place basically, disturbances into my energy. And I'm feeling like that's what is happening for the collective. Like, people are trying to place baneful magic, black magic. They're trying to destiny swap, trying to stop you from receiving your blessing. Shush, Aurora. Trying to stop you from receiving basically what you are meant to receive. They don't want you to basically, they don't want you to separate from them. People love misery. The saying misery loves company is true as fuck, okay? People who are jealous, people who are envious, people who don't have the capacity, the courage, the strength, the perseverance, any of that, they don't have shit, even the soul, in order to do a lot of this stuff that we, as spiritual people do. And I'm not even, gonna go off into basically being a chosen one and all of that. But when you are a person that is trying to just genuinely better yourself, people who don't want to do that or have a hard time bettering themselves, they like to basically um, do that off the back of you. So if you are basically, transforming, you're going through, you going through a lot of things, and now you're coming to the point where you basically are not only recognizing and realizing that this, was the account of other people, it's also the account of yourself, because you place yourself into situations as well. You can take yourself, sometimes you can't honestly take yourself out of the situation, but a lot of times you can. Like, we always have decisions. We always ultimately make decisions for ourselves. Not to say that everything that happens to us is just basically because, we made the decision to do that, because that would just honestly be untrue. Some things come into our lives, and they can be placed as, especially when you are just simply put in like a lot of victim mentality, where, everything is just happening to you, as opposed to you realizing that these things are happening for you. Like, maybe, you I feel like a lot of people have lost a lot of things, especially within this year and last year. I'm feeling like, and maybe even for the past few years, like maybe it's been for the past 3 years, maybe it's been for the past 8 months, maybe it's been for the past 2 years, where you just feel like you just keep taking loss after loss after loss. And they're not little losses, they're big losses. Like, maybe you had to sell your house, or maybe you had to leave from your house, maybe you had to leave a job, maybe something went wrong with your car, and you had to get rid of your car, or maybe your car was stolen, like, things like that. Maybe you got evicted, maybe something, who knows, okay? But I feel like it's just big losses. Like, these are not small losses. You're not just like losing a piece of jewelry, and maybe you did lose a piece of jewelry, and that was basically like the starting force to basically all of these losses. So maybe it started off as something small, and then it just got bigger as time went on. It happens sometimes. But I feel like sometimes it's because we're not paying attention to the messages that are being placed in front of us. Those small losses could actually have been indication that a bigger loss is coming, especially if they were smaller losses and it was coming back to back to back. Aurora, can you stop right now? I'm busy. No, in a minute, girl. You need to let mama finish her videos. Do you like to eat? Do you like to have fun? Do you like living places where you're safe and sound? Okay, then, shh. But yeah, this is the message that I'm basically getting, and I'm getting that, and the real emotions that I'm feeling are like a lot of betrayal, a lot of disbelief, a lot of disappointment, resentment, even. So I'm just feeling like a lot of people, and it may have been things that you've lost, but I also feel like it's people that you've lost as well. And you may not have lost them, like they may not have left you, you may have left them, or maybe these people did leave you, or maybe they did betray you and you found out, and then you made the ultimate decision to leave them alone, to let them go. I'm feeling like a lot of manipulation has been going on. Just a lot of dark energy, like just a lot of baneful, bad, just evil kind of energy, like jealousy, envy, manipulation, gaslighting. Oh my God, I cannot stand a gaslighter. Um, and I wrote down some stuff, so you'll see me look. Disloyalty, that's a big one. I'm feeling like you have gotten rid of a lot of people in your life, and it's caused a lot of um, not loneliness, because it may just be some people just may feel lonely because they had to let go of all these people. But I'm feeling like just a lot of missed time. Like you feel like you lost basically and ultimately time. Like, not even these, I feel like a lot of you don't even give a fuck about losing these people. I feel like you care about losing time, losing yourself, losing, power, losing things that are important to you more so than these people. I really don't feel like, especially if I feel like, while a lot of you may have done this, um, maybe months before, or more so recently within the past few weeks, or maybe you let people go like a year or years ago, but these people just keep trying to attach to your energy. They keep trying to attach to you. Um, like they don't want to let you go. Like they can literally see that you're leaving them in the dust, but they don't want to be left in the dust. They want to keep going with you. They want to basically take advantage of you. They want to take advantage of you. Take it 11-11, as I said that. Take advantage of you. Take advantage of your gifts, your power, you doing the work while they sit back and do fucking nothing. While they sit back and do nothing and you basically do all the hard work for them. You give out basically your blessings and what you were and what was for you. And then, and maybe you've done that. Maybe you have previously, been gifted things. Maybe you won a lawsuit or something. And as opposed to you keeping it all for yourself and you utilizing it for yourself and your family and what you were supposed to be doing with it, maybe you had big plans for this money, but people just always have their fucking hand out, begging and waiting and wanting and feeling entitled to what you were rightfully deserved, not them. If you went through a car accident and they were nowhere to be fucking seen, and you had to go through the trials and tribulations of getting the lawyer, vetting the lawyer, basically making sure that he's or she's within the right, making sure that you're receiving basically your your award. So if you receive the settlement, making sure that you receive that settlement and making sure that that settlement is within the right price for you and what you went through, your emotional distress. You had to ultimately fight for that. You had to go to those doctor's appointments that they provide, that they not provide, that they mandate for you. You have to go through basically, especially if you ended up being hurt from that situation, you have to go through the physical therapy. You have to deal with the consequences. And yet, other people basically are making it seem like they went through what you went through, but even worse. And they're literally disrespecting you, not even basically disregarding your emotions, your physical pain, your emotional pain, your mental, your mental anguish that you went through. They're literally disregarding that and making it seem like, they're the ones who basically went through all of this and they deserve basically your reward because what? Because they stood next to you, and not even fucking probably stood next to you because they were there within the wind and they came back around basically when they found out, when they got the inkling that you were basically receiving something. They feel like they're entitled to that. I think that's fucking ridiculous. And they're going to receive their karma. They're going to receive their just due, because a lot of people who I feel like the collective has provided to, who you broken bread with, who you've been there with, who you have been there for, a lot of them have not done the same for you at all. At all. If you counted out all the things and you went back on it, not to say that this is um, a pissing pole or anything like that, not to say that, everything is transactional, but when you are a giver and provide to your friends, provide to your family, provide to, and it doesn't even have to be um physical things, emotional support. You're there for them mentally to give them advice. You're there for them, you know just in just to give them basically, um the thought processes. I'm just here for you. If maybe something, maybe a death happened in the family, and you give them, you bring them flowers, you Maybe you're there for them for moral support. You're there for them emotionally. You're there to let them cry on your shoulder, and you go there with them in order for them to not be as depressed. You take time out of your day in order to basically be there for them. But the same thing happens to you, and they're nowhere to be found. So pretty much, basically, they're users. User energy. But I'm getting the feeling that a lot of these people who would use you would also manipulate you in order to make it seem like they were doing you a favor. And when you would basically say something about basically how you were feeling, especially emotionally, they would gaslight you and make you feel like pretty much that you were in the wrong. Or when y'all would get basically into it, maybe y'all got into it bad, you know, they would literally walk away, disregard your feelings, not say anything to you. And maybe they would do this, and maybe they would, be away for a while, but then they would come back in when they felt like time went on and everything should be okay now, and they would just skate back in, basically no apology, no nothing. Or maybe they would come with an apology, or maybe they would come with, breadcrumbing you. And this could be friends, this could be family, this could be lovers. I'm really feeling though that for the majority, this is like family, as well as this is like lovers, like relationships, um, romantic relationships, and more so family relationships, because family will do you the dirtiest first. And because let me tell you about a little bit of my story, okay? Because basically, family, especially the people that are in my life, a lot of times, because they were my family, they felt like basically that they can say, do, treat me anyway. But because we were family, I was always going to just allow it to happen. Because we were family, I was always just going to basically bite my tongue, hold my tongue, and just allow myself to be disrespected. And when I started basically, snapping back, fighting back, they would try to gaslight me basically into making me feel bad, gaslight me into and manipulating me into making me feel like, oh, my feelings are valid, my reactions are valid. And it got really weird to the point where I just stopped fucking with a lot with them at all. Because if I'm always basically fighting for my respect, fighting for boundaries that I've already set, respect that I rightfully fucking deserve, that's that I'm not fighting for, baby. I deserve it. Then it's no need for you to even be in my energy. It's no need for me to even keep basically doing this back and forth with you, because what I'm telling you is you're not meeting up to basically my needs, but I'm exceeding all of yours, and it's not fair to me. And they would get mad at that. Like, people hate when you realize your worth, is what it basically says. People hate, especially people who obviously, feel like they're worth more than you. And that's ultimately what it is. People feel entitled a lot of times to other people's energy, other people's things, other people's blessings, other people's gifts, because they feel like they're worth more than you. They're entitled to more than you are, because they have this blatant disregard for you. And that's exactly how I feel like these people made you feel, like you weren't worth anything. And if they didn't make you feel like that, they tried to. Like you weren't worth any respect, like you weren't worth basically to, receiving all of your blessings. And you're the one with the gift. You're the one with the gifts. That's the crazy part about it. You're the one with the gifts. You're the one that's providing basically everything for these people. You're the one that's making their fucking world go round. But they are acting as if basically they're doing you a favor. Like they're doing you a favor by providing you breadcrumbs. Very weird energy. So, just narcissistic people, honestly. Narcissistic people, people who are entitled, honestly, sociopaths, psychopaths. Okay? Because I just don't understand. My background is in psychology. Okay, I have a bachelor's degree, and I'm working on and I'm still in between basically working on my master's now. I'm in my last year, and These people will never change. They'll lie and say they'll change. They'll manipulate you and basically try to, convert it with, like I said, through manipulative tactics in order to basically maintain a semblance of control and power, all while basically utilizing it off of your back. Literally off of your back. They did nothing in order to basically gain this power, especially over you. And as I was and I received these messages like kind of, I won't say sporadically, but I received different things from spirit, like songs, you know, like just different messages out of the blue that sometimes I don't always understand, because it's just, because like I said, it'll be, I feel like in the midst of basically this happening to people in the collective, I'll start receiving small messages or just inklings that these things are going on. So a lot of times I'll hear it through music. Like I said, just small messages. Maybe maybe spirit will say something like, this person think you a damn fool, but I'm not surrounding anybody, so I don't understand why basically they're saying that. Like, but I'll write it down because obviously it's a message that's basically made for me to basically share with the collective. So I heard that message the other day. Somebody thinks you're a damn fool. Somebody thinks that they have you figured out. Somebody thinks that their manipulation tactics are going to continue to work on you. Somebody has been manipulating you, I feel like, for years. For years. But you're finally catching up to it. And I feel like you may have known already that they've been doing this, but you weren't. I just feel like you were in denial. Like you didn't want it to happen. You didn't want basically to see things for how they were, for what they were. And I've been getting I've been getting so many confirmations, hearing so many horns, music at weird times, um, just a lot of commotion just at weird times. Basically confirming that these thoughts and basically what I'm saying is true. Somebody is literally taking you for a damn fool. And it's up to you basically in order for what you're gonna do, which decision you're gonna make. But I'm feeling like y'all are standing on business this time. I don't feel like these manipulative people, and it could be people that are not even surrounding you right now. It could be people that are surrounding you, that are placing people in your life, monitoring spirits, observers, in order to gain information on you. Excuse me, I rarely ever have gas. Just being honest. Um, if I'm having gas, it's because of something I ate or drunk, and I haven't eaten anything or drinking anything but water since I woke up this morning. Okay, and it's 11:28. What I'm telling you guys is true. It's blatantly obvious. It's true, and I hate to give bad messages, but I feel like a lot of people in the collective need to wake up and need to get on their grind. Baby, I'm on mine and I'm not looking back. I'm not stopping, and I suggest you do the fucking same. These people do not want you to do well in life. They want you to be miserable. They want you to feel how they feel. These people they don't have any talent. The other day, I heard more talent in my motherfucking left thumb, and that's Nicki Minaj did it on him, and I love that song. But it came out of nowhere, and I feel like a lot of you have so much talent. I'm pretty sure you can count 5 people in your life right now, and I'm pretty sure when you count what all of you can do and what all of they can do and what all of you bring and what all of they bring, I'm pretty sure even within those 5 people you bring and provide more than anybody you've ever fucking probably even met right as of right now. And I'm just providing the message. I'm just the messenger. Okay? I'm just the messenger. Stop allowing people who are not even in power. You are the power. Stop allowing people who are showing you that unless you're bringing something to the table, they basically don't give a damn about you. And that's exactly what I'm getting. I'm feeling like a lot of people have just been through trauma. They're going through healing right now after dealing with this trauma. This can be childhood trauma. This can be trauma from, romance. A lot of just bad, basically people. A lot of people who you just have chosen, and they just ended up. They put on a mask basically as if they were these charming individuals. I'm so into you, and I want to take care of you. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to show this to you. A lot of nice words, a lot of nice words and mask. But then when it comes to their actions, it's never matching up. So naturally, you let them go, or naturally, and I feel like a lot of people have gotten wiser in seeing this, um, and you're just letting people now show you rather than them tell you what they're going to do, what they're about. You're opening your eyes. I feel like it was rose-colored glasses, basically, that you had on. You had your glasses on. You was chilling. You was going about life, la di da di da. You was doing what you had to do. You was what you thought you had to do. You was going about your life pretty much in this daze, and then I feel like something happened. Maybe something traumatic really happened to you, and it just smacked the shit out of you. Okay, sorry, baby. She got mad at me, as she rightfully should. That was a loud clap. I'm sorry. Sorry, love you, but rightfully so. Smack the hell out of you, most likely. You know, the facade. It may have been family. It may have been a friendship. It may have been a lover that pretty much stabbed you in the back. I feel, people talking about you who you thought was friends, family that was talking about you, even the fucking lover probably talking about you behind your back. Going to other people and they're like, laughing, especially if you going through hardships within this past few months to years, just laughing as if basically your hardship, especially if you came to them, you know, in times where I'm always, let me calm myself down, because when I start amping myself up, baby, I be lifted, okay? My mind, it starts to going, okay? When I get amped up, I start to going, okay? But I'm feeling like you have always been the person that helped people. Very rarely have you asked people to help you. So in a time span, and I feel like more recently, you've had to be the one that needed help. And other people may have been in better places in life. And as opposed to them doing what you would do and what you have done, because I'm the type of person, you wouldn't even need me to help you. Back then, before, you wouldn't even need to ask me to help you. I just would do, because it's just in me, it's in my heart. However, I feel like you have been the same way, but like me, you realize that you doing that is really a detriment to yourself, because you're giving away basically all your energy, all your power, all your resources to people who really could not give a damn about you when it's your time. And now, because it's your time now that you need this help, they're nowhere to be found. Or, when you basically are telling them what you're going through, and you may not even have blatantly said that you needed help, but it is obvious that you do. As opposed to, them doing for you, they're sitting silent. I had a friend, someone that I considered the best friend for many years, and I was so giving to this person, so giving. I'm always providing, words of encouragement, always providing advice, always just providing. And when I looked up, especially because I was in a situation where I was, I needed help. Not to say that basically, but I was in a worse situation basically than I was in a really bad situation, and I needed help basically with at that time. But I'm not the type of person that typically asks for help. Um, I've always had issue with asking for help, and maybe you have felt the same way. I've always had issue with asking for help, because I've always been very self sufficient, and I literally, honestly speaking, a lot of people really did not help me. Even as a child, very rarely was basically I helped. Very rarely, especially once I became older. I just feel like people just always saw me as just being so capable, or they just didn't want to. I just feel like a lot of people just did not want to give me the help. They wanted me to suffer, and a lot of people wanted me to suffer in silence. As long as she's not asking, oh well. As long as basically it's not coming back to me, oh well. And it's just been a cycle of that happening in my life, and I feel like it's happened in the collectives as well, where because in when I did ask for help and people did help me, it would always get thrown back into my face when an issue arrived with them. So, and I would never do that. I would never in my life do that. If I helped you, it's because that's what I wanted to do. It's because it was on my heart, and that's what I wanted to do, and it wasn't to get anything out of it. I helped you because that's what I wanted to do. But a lot of people don't have that in their hearts. They help you because they're counting basically all of what they've done for you, so that when it's time for them to be helped, they can throw that back in your face. And when it's time for them to be angry, they can basically come at you with, oh, I helped you with this and I helped you with that, and you're not shit because of this, and that. People, a lot of people, especially people who are just fucked up people, honestly, just messed up people, they don't they don't deserve to have good people in their life because they're not a good person. They don't deserve to have the help and have helpers in their life because they're not help or helpers at all. They're scum. Succubus and incubus, okay? They're scum. Um, Energy vampires, drainers is what I call them. Users, opportunists. Exactly what they are. Okay? So, um, I'm just receiving just a lot of people basically within your life were not good for you, and I feel like at this very moment, I feel like back then, I feel like there's a lot of people in the collective that went through so much trauma that you haven't even shared with anybody. You haven't even shared with a lot of people. And the people that you have shared probably this trauma with, um, due to trauma bonding and stuff, I'm pretty sure they've done the same thing to you. Like, they've basically utilized that trauma that you told them in order to fuck you over too. So it's just like, you know, where do I turn? To yourself. That's who you turn to. You turn to yourself, and you turn to your God. You turn to your spirits, your spirit, your spiritual team, whether that's God, Allah, you believe in spirit guides, angels, um, the universe, whoever you believe in, that's who you turn to. Because and you turn to yourself, and you show yourself that love, and you give yourself that love, and you shower yourself in it. Because and you take all that power back. If you have to do, if you're a person that does that, enlisted magic in order to basically get that energy off of you, if you do cleanses, if you do anything that basically is to enlist that, those people who have people, entities, energies, anything basically that is trying to take from you, that you snatch all that shit back and provide it to yourself and fulfill yourself. Anything that you can do and that you do, whether it's praying, um, you know, whatever you do, You make sure that you do that and you take that power back and you place it in yourself. Whatever your dreams are, whatever your um, goals are in life, however, these people are trying to distract you, or whatever distractions were trying to basically come in between that, you cut their asses off, you cut it off, and you get back into your bag. That's the message. I didn't even talk about basically what I wrote down because honestly, Spirit just started talking to me. They just started talking to me. I wrote down so much stuff that I really didn't even talk about because Spirit was just talking to me. Okay? I didn't even need it. They just was talking to me. And I feel like a lot of blessings are about to come through. As soon as you basically realize and step into that self-worth, you throw all of that, all of these people, all of these entities, all of this negativity away. Let it go. Surrender it to source. Surrender it to source, and take back your power. And sit right in yourself. For me, it's going on walks, listening to music, like whatever helps you basically gain back and put the pieces back together within yourself. That's what you need to focus on. If it's journaling, if it's doing arts and crafts, um, whatever you feel right for yourself. If it's singing, do that. Make sure that you are doing what's right for you, and leave these people alone. Leave them where they're at and let them be miserable where they're at, because that's exactly what's going to happen. And you'll start to see that they're going to go through their karma, especially once you start not giving a fuck about them or what they're going through. Honestly, once I've and basically learned the art of detachment, and I started leaving people where they're at and not giving a fuck, it's actually, and honestly, when I felt my most peaceful. I felt my most peaceful when I stopped giving a damn about people, especially people that were in my life who never really even deserved me. So I'm recommending the same for you. Leave these people where they're at. Who cares, if they're talking about you? Who cares if they're still basically trying to, send you dark magic and stuff? Transmute it. If you feel like you want to transmute it and basically gain from all of what they're trying to send you and turn it into something that you want, whatever blessing that you want, do that. If you just want to return it to sender, do that. It's really up to you and how you want, and how you and it's really up to you and how basically you feel about the situation, because ultimately you have control. If you didn't have control of these people, they would not be trying to basically bum rush their way back into your life. If you didn't have the semblance of power, these people would not try to be basically back. These people, these entities would not be trying to embark on basically your journey. This is your journey. This is not their journey. You hear that? It's telling you. The songs that I heard for this message was Damage by Chris Brown, Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson, and Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. So I feel like I also heard, again, and I'm not even going to lie, this is for my people who been the vengeance and revenge, but get a little satisfaction basically on people getting back what they provide to you. And I'm not even gonna lie, I am one of those people. I'm not gonna say I completely just ravage over it, but I am satisfied basically when I hear people getting justice. When I hear me get justice, and when I hear other people who were done dirty get justice as well. I'm not gonna lie and act like I'm not, and not even excited for it, because I'm not, but I am satisfied by it. It's the same way that they were satisfied by basically me and you guys receiving, blocks. If you've been receiving delays, if you know that you deserve something rightfully so, you've been working so fucking hard for it, you can literally taste it, but you keep missing it by landslide. Something is going on. Somebody is basically within your energy, and they're trying to delay what you got going on. They're trying to delay it. But what they don't realize is sometimes things will get delayed so that if you are still within the energy of the people who are doing this work, so that they can be taken care of first. So that when you receive your blessings, when you receive what's for you, they're no longer there with their hand out. They're no longer even next to you. So all of what they're supposed to be receiving, all of their bad karma, all of the bad energy that basically they tried to throw to you is going to get thrown back to them 10 times. And then they're going to have to deal with that. Spirit, your higher power does not want you to have to basically deal with things that is not for you. So they will delay things. They will basically put a halt on things, not in order to punish you or anything, but because some things still are not clear. You're still not ready basically to receive it, because you haven't realized that this person over to the side of you is plotting on you and what you got going on. They're trying to take it. So they're either going to try to take it basically through literally destiny swapping, taking it from you, stealing it from you, or once you receive it, they're going to try to basically have their hand out all the time. So pretty much whatever you have will have to be pretty much given to them in a way. And this can be done by lying a lot of times. A lot of times people will have money, they'll have, and I forgot to say, this is actually what happened basically with the friend that I was talking about. So I ended up lending this friend money, and I've lent this friend money many times. Have paid for her dinners, have paid for her lunches, have paid for so much many times with nothing. It literally, like I said, I don't do things, and I don't do things, and thinking basically, oh, they're gonna pay me back. They're gonna have to pay me back. Oh, they're gonna have to do this for me. No, I don't do things like that. When I do things, it comes from the heart. So if I'm giving basically to you, it's not because basically I'm thinking, oh, when the time comes, oh, they're gonna do it for me. I would hope that you do, but if you don't, then now I know. And so no longer will I do for you. No longer will you probably even be in my energy, especially at this point in development. If I see that basically, if I'm only being the one that's being the giver in any relationship, I'm not here to appease you. I'm not here to give to you. I'm not your mother, and I'm not your father. I don't have any kids besides my fur baby right there. I have one child, and she's the first child. And I picked her. She was a stray. So I picked her up and I brought her into my house. And I decided that I was going to provide for her. And she and only she was the one that I decided I was going to provide for. I decided that for nobody else. And I want you, and I'm saying this so that you can also basically become on the same frequency as me. When you have kids, those are the people that you basically are providing for. You decided to have those kids, so that is your decision. That's the decision that you made. So that's the people that you're gonna have to provide for. Those and only those people are the people that you have to provide for. You don't have to provide for your family, parents, boyfriend, girlfriend. You have to provide for nobody that you don't want to provide for, unless you lay down and basically and made them your damn self. And I noticed a pattern basically with her, where she will always act like she was broke, but she always had money to do what she wanted to do. But she never had money basically. It was always basically she didn't have this, that, and the third when I was around. But when I realized that, when it clicked to me, why am I providing for a person that basically doesn't need my assistance? They're just utilizing it to save for themselves, and I'm basically losing out on resources. Why would I do that? I stopped. I pulled my energy back. This goes for also when it comes to being there for people. I would literally text people, I hope you're having a great day today, well wishes, sentimental things. Very rarely did I receive the same thing back. I always noticed that basically I was over amplifying and over providing, over giving to these people. And when I realized, when it clicked to me that they're not doing the same thing that you're doing, I stopped. In a way, it's about reciprocity. When you start noticing that basically how they treat other people is not how they treat you, it correlates in your mind. You're like, you got to sometimes sit back and be like, I am the damn fool in this situation. I'm being the fool. I'm letting these people basically get over on me. And naturally, I started distancing myself from these people. And when I started doing that, they started noticing, they started naturally basically trying to regain my energy. But once I stopped asking what they had going on, once I stopped asking, and being interested basically in what they had going on, that's when they started basically trying to draw into my energy even more, trying to pull me back. But months before, basically, I had cut this person off. I had lent them money. When I was up in life, I was still going through hardship, but I was at a, not a great place, but I was at an okay place in life to where basically I could give back a little bit. So I felt no way, she came up basically saying that she had to get some stuff for her child or whatever. She didn't have the money, whatever. So I gave her the money basically. Then a week later, she comes basically back and is asking me for gas money basically for not even something that I asked to do. I didn't ask to do this. Literally, she asked me for gas money for her car for things, for errands that she was going to run and she invited me to. And because I had the money and because I was just in such great life, great spirits, and I really wasn't paying attention to basically how people were treating me at that time, I still had my rose-colored glasses on. Halfway, because they were halfway on, halfway off, where I was picking up and noticing things. But because I was in such great spirits, because I was still basically going through what I was going through and had like so much going on at the time, I wasn't really like paying attention fully. So I give her the money, whatever. Her energy is being very weird. She's just being very weird. Her energy was getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And this is somebody that had already told me that, like probably 2 years ago, she had finally basically expressed how she was jealous of me before in my life that I've had. And it was very weird to me because, not to say that my life was just a shit show all the time, but my life damn sure was not perfect, and I've been through a lot of trauma within my life. The delusions that she had in her head was making her jealous of me, and I really didn't understand why she was jealous of me, because people will fall down basically traumatic things. They will let basically their trauma literally control their life, and they'll be jealous of basically a person who is able to bounce back and does not let their trauma ever define their life. Even in my most traumatic moments, I'm not gonna let my trauma define who I am. Am I gonna basically scope the scenery out before I actually end up basically being my true self a lot of times? Yes. I could be pretty guarded, but is that gonna basically stop me from being authentically myself? No. Because honestly, I've always been that way. It just basically amplified, over the years. But not only her, but the person that I used to be best friends with, actually ended up becoming her best friend. And they both told me the same thing, that they were jealous of me at different points in my life. And honestly, I feel like in this moment, she felt like basically she was not only getting over on me, but I felt like she felt like her life was going better than mine. And that basically, she was pretty much, able to get what she wanted out of me, able to do what she wanted to me, and I wasn't going to say anything, I wasn't going to do anything, that she could manipulate me basically, and it was okay, and I was going to be okay with it. When I had given her that money, it was months before basically the situation that happened. So months go past or whatever. I hadn't really been actually interacting with a lot of the people from my past. Um, Once basically I had left basically from where I'm at, and I came back due to me being Captain Sabo. And once I came back, I kind of honestly was not feeling basically none of the people that were in my past life. I mean, that were in my past. Like, I was trying to find a way basically in order for me to still correlate with them, but it wasn't going to happen. So we ended up connecting, whatever. And the first time that we did, it was very weird. The energy just felt off. It felt weird. And I felt like she was being fake, which turned out to be true. So then one day we discussed, I think she asked me if I wanted to go to the mall with her or something like that. And basically, she had just come into some money and she wanted to get something. At the time, not gonna lie, I was in a down bad place in my life where I didn't have the money to basically spend on what I wanted. I had the money to spend on what I needed. Usually when we go to the mall, whatever, I'm the one that's, running up the bag. But I wasn't doing that. I wasn't spending any money. I was just, window shopping, whatever. And I had let it be known that because this was supposed to be somebody that I was close friends with, I had to let it be known that, I don't have the money to basically be buying anything at the mall, whatever. I'm just coming basically to see what they got and to window shop. So we go to the mall or whatever. We're window shopping, And not to say that she owes me any damn thing, because she doesn't. If you don't want to do basically for me, if you don't want to help me out, if you don't feel it in your heart basically to do for me, don't ever basically do for me if you don't feel it in your heart, if you don't feel like you want to do. I'm never the type of person that's going to try to make you do anything for me. I'm probably not even going to ask you, honestly. Typically we go shopping, we window shop or whatever, and with us, we typically will go get a pretzel or we will go get something to eat, pretty much while we're shopping and after we're shopping. Like, we would typically get like a pretzel or whatever, while we're shopping around, just to have something to snack on, and then afterwards we would go get like something to eat from one of the stores from the food court in the mall or whatever. So I'm noticing basically that she wants to do these things. She wants to follow the same accord, but she doesn't want to do it because she does not want to basically pay for me at all. She doesn't want to do anything for me, is what I noticed. And I noticed it. I really wasn't paying attention, nor did I really care. Because like I said, I'm not here for you to do anything for me. You have a child. The only person that you need to do for is your child. But what I also will say is reciprocity is not reciprocity. And I noticed that throughout the years, pretty much. And I noticed it throughout the years, but it really wasn't prevalent until now. I didn't really like make big note of it and make a big deal about it until now, because at some time you get tired. You get fed the fuck up. And that's exactly the point I was reaching, and the point I've reached with a lot of people in my life, fed up. Throughout the day or whatever, we're shopping. I'm still being myself. Like I said, nothing stops me from being me. It's really almost for us to go. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry too, but so I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry too. But I'm not probably gonna get anything from here or whatever. I'm gonna see, but I'm most likely not gonna get anything. And I already knew that I probably wasn't gonna get anything, so I wasn't doing it on purpose, but I didn't want to derail her from basically getting something if she wanted to get it. So we go to the food court, and I'm looking around or whatever. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I live though also where a lot of food places are around me, basically. So around me, or I can literally come home. Like, I had food at home, so I really wasn't tripping off of basically getting anything from the food court. It's just something that would normally be routine. But I noticed that she was getting weird basically when it came to basically getting me something from the food court. Like, I noticed that she was getting really weird. Like, she didn't want to talk about it. Pretty much, she was like, she didn't want to do it. Pretty much is what I saw, and that's kind of what changed the rhetoric of our relationship. Once I noticed that pretty much the same things that I would do for her, she wasn't willing to do for me. So that means that all these years, basically, you were never a friend to me. You were just a user. And once she saw that she probably wasn't going to be able to basically either get anything out of me, like it wasn't going to come off of my dime and it was going to have to come from her dime, and or she was going to have to end up paying for me, I feel like she changed rhetoric and she just basically decided like, it's okay, I don't want anything else, I don't want anything either. And that's when we both left. But then she did it again when when I actually had invited her to my house. So I invited her to my house or whatever. We talking about basically what's going on. And she's literally, in literally the second time that she's done something. So she's like, oh, I wanna get a milkshake basically from this place. Um, like I really want a milkshake. I really want a milkshake. So I was like, go get you a milkshake. And then after that, basically, she changed the subject. Like basically, it's okay, whatever. Little things like that I noticed. I might not say anything, but I damn sure am noticing basically how you're trying to treat me. You think that basically I'm going to be paying for you. I'm going to basically, always do for you as if I'm your man. How weird. How weird of you to basically have, and even when she had me, she still did this shit. I'm not him. I'm not your man. I'm not your man. I'm not your provider. I may have like assertive masculine energy. I'm not your man. I don't have to provide for you. Um, And once I noticed that pretty much she was only basically around me in order to gain something from me is when I cut her off. Her and another friend of mine as well. Because I'm not anybody's basically stepping stool. And you're not about to basically just be receiving from me. And I'm not receiving anything from you. No, a friendship is not transactional, but it's damn sure supposed to be some reciprocity going on. And I'm not receiving any. I can't even come to you basically in the light and tell you what's going on with me, because basically you're not able to you're not going to give me any advice. You're not going to do anything. Basically, you're not going to say anything emotionally stimulating, or anything emotionally sound in order to tell me that you're here for me, try to be there for me in any way. It's always about basically what I can do for other people. It's always about what somebody else can basically, what they can gain from me. And I feel like that's exactly the energy that is surrounding the collective. People who basically feel like, oh, you're supposed to basically be giving to me, and not basically people that feel like we're supposed to be giving to each other. People feel entitled to what you have because they're jealous and they're envious of you, and they feel like you have more than them, so you're supposed to give to them. You're supposed to bless them while they provide you literally nothing. Get these people out of your energy. And that's all I have to say. I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Hope the message was clear. Um, 3 final things that I have to say before this whole video clears. You are the one who has all the power. Put all the love and care and nurturing you have within yourself. Follow your dreams. And don't let anybody else stop you. Don't let anybody else gaslight you. Try to manipulate you into staying within their lives when you know that you deserve more and better than them and it. If you know that you deserve better than basically your living situation, the people that you're surrounding yourself with, just anything, basically step into and go for what you need and what you want to do. And don't wait for them. And I feel like that's what a lot of people want you to do too. To wait for them basically to gain control of their lives. And who the fuck knows when that's gonna ever happen? You had all this time. You can't live my life and your life too. No. You have your life to live, and the collective has theirs. And I'm talking to the people the karmics, the whatever you want to call them, the dark fucking souls that feel like they can just take and take and take from other people and basically provide nothing. You have nothing to give, which is why you're going to get nothing but bad luck. And if you think that spirits and the angels are going to just let you basically continue to fester and provide and produce all this bad luck onto their people, the people that they send down here in order to basically aid and help this world, you're sadly mistaken. You're going to get your ass handed to you. And I'm actually saying somebody lay down, go to sleep, and then wake up and their life is a shit show. So be mindful of that, because you're going to lay down come sometime soon. You may be happy now, but you're going to lay down. You're going to go to sleep. The most peaceful sleep you probably ever got. The last day of it that you'll ever have. Because once you wake up, you're going to be hit so motherfucking fast, your head is going to spin, or all the bad luck that you've been trying to provide and place onto other people is going to come back to you. So that goes to the people who are trying to place baneful and just evil and delays and just blockings and just trying to, in destruction, just destruction in other people's lives. People that you know that you're not even powerful enough to go against. Sit your ass down, go eat your food, and think about how you can become better and how you can be, I don't know, a winner instead of the loser that you are. Get with the winning team, ho. Great day. Love you all. Bye.